So if you're like me and you want to be a bit scientific when it comes to choosing weapons in an FPS game, it's always great to have websites like sime.gg or sim.gg that have extensive statistics tracking, but they don't seem to have anything for Battlefield 6 yet. And I got into a debate with someone on Reddit about the best sniper rifle and the idea of velocity being tracked in game, which is great, and the idea of ADS time being tracked in game, which is great, but there isn't anything to show you what the drop is like. Somebody said the PSR is just objectively bad, and I had to make the point that I feel like the drop is flatter, but feelings aren't great when you're trying to be objective. And so, what I've done is I've actually found in the community experiences a really great range that somebody's built for sniping. Alex's long range sniper shooting range. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to host it, and I'm going to do side-by-side comparison for all 4 of the sniper rifles in BF6. So when they brought the Mini Scout into the Battle Pass, I thought it was pretty clear to me that they'd made kind of like a pay-to-win or a Battle Pass complete-to-win sniper because it looks as though it has the best statistics. So what I've done is I've configured these weapons to be as close to each other as possible in terms of configuration. Let's use the Mini Scout as our basis for comparison. So we have a brake, an extended barrel where applicable, that gives us the 1100 meters a second velocity. The slim angled, which is the best foregrip for mobility. In this case, there are no long-range bullets, so we're using frangibles on this guy. And there is no ADS bolt required for the Mini Scout, which is one of the reasons why it's the most powerful. The next in objectively good snipers is the 2010 ESR. Requires the ADS bolt at 30 points, but everything else is giving it its best possible statistics with an extended barrel for 1000 meters a second, flash hider, and long-range bullets. The LERT-8X is the scope used on all of them because it's the largest, clearest sight picture for long-range shooting. After that, we have the PSR and the SV98. They are very much one in the sameness if you look at the stats as I flip between them. It's just a slightly longer reload on the PSR, so we're going to look at the SV98 next. SV98 has got long-range bullets, slim-angled foregrip, ADS bolt, and the extended barrel to give it 900 meters a second. And then the PSR. PSR with long-range bullets, ADS bolt, LERT-8, and an extended barrel to give it also 900 meters. Basic is only 720. I'm going to start with the PSR. There's a tower up here where you can hang out and take really long-range shots past the house. But to be objective, I'm going to be using these concrete blocks as a place to start the comparison. So we have 100 meter shots, 200 meter shots, and these are round about 300 meters out here. Alright, so let's have a look. That was 104. So this is very flat. You see how flat that is at 200 meters. You'll see in a second when I have to compare to the other weapons. Oh my goodness. 336 with just maybe a millimeter above. So this thing's so flat. Let's see if we can hit this 500 meters. Ooh, almost, mate. Oh yeah, you can see that this weapon is really, really great for long-range shooting because it doesn't require very much elevation. I'm going to try to get a headshot at the 500 meter range and then I'll move on to the next one. .558 on like the third shot, so objectively pretty good on long range.
I'll be on that position. Rally on that location.
So even that guy was above him. And again, it's so flat, this thing. That was 216. So even at 216, hardly need to elevate at all. Fantastic. Actually gives me a new respect for PSR, to be honest. Improved my respect for this one. Alright. So, try it 100. So, about 2 millimeters at the 300 meter range. And not that high, actually, at 500. It'd be interesting to look side by side.
Eyes on a machine gun.
The reticle does bounce around a fair amount during the reload. But that might be adjustable with a break. SV98. Actually better than I thought it was now that I'm doing side-by-sides, which is pretty cool. I kind of like the sound of the PSR, it's a bit more punchy. Then we'll do the 2010, which is my favorite at the moment. Or the one that I'm mastering at the moment. 100. Still quite flat. Out to 250, 260. I don't see anyone around. Oh, maybe there's a guy there at around about 300.
Reposition. Move now.
Pretty good. Pretty good at 300.
Reference waypoint. Move there now.
Let's see if we can grab.
Hostile machine gun in sight.
Oh, first shot. Now you can tell that I'm using it more often because I know what the relative adjustment is for 500. I think it's overall got. I think overall it has the easiest use, but that's because I'm biased. There we go, first shot again. That was nice. Like I said, I'm biased. Easy sniper. And I like the sound profile. But let me be clear, if you're just sniping every once in a while, this is going to be your go-to. absolutely need to use a mini scout, mate. Sorry. You might as well. Time to ADS is quicker. Just ever so slightly less bass on the sound, which I know it's a very small thing, but kind of bugs me slightly. Alright, see if we can get someone out at the 300s. Oh yeah, that was pretty good. 345. I see one enemy on the house.
RV point, move!
So, not quite as easy to adjust for out past 300. It does look like this has got more of an arch to it, like I suspected. Oh, that rate of fire, though. That's so fast. So, I don't see any enemies out at the house, so I'm actually going to go and make some of them redeploy. There's a very fun portal map made by Alex here. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, look at them. They're all at the back of the house, mate. What am I supposed to do about that? Okay, got a few at the front of the house now. I will be working on this after I get the ESR up to 100, because this thing is a beast. Alright. There we go. That took me a while. Much longer than with the other three, and I do think it's just got that massive arch to it. Look how fast that rate of fire is. That's ridiculous. So what I am going to do is, now that I've got some headshot examples, I'm going to use like the window. What should I use? The door, maybe? Use the top of the door right here. And then I'll use that as a basis for watching. Actually, no, it has to be higher. It's going to have to be like the roof. So I've slowed them all down next to each other here. And the yellow rectangle represents the amount of drop for the bullet. And that will represent how much you have to elevate the crosshair to get a headshot without adjusting the 0 on the sniper rifle. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to jump to the tower. Really difficult to compensate for the drop. It's incredible. Doesn't really make sense physics-wise. Like, the faster a bullet is, you'd assume the less it drops.
Reference waypoint. Move there now.
There we go. So PSR, slow bullet, but pretty flat, huh? Yeah, kind of in the middle. So in conclusion, it really depends on what you're going to be doing. Like, how are you going to be playing this video game? If you're going to be sitting back and trying to get as many headshots as you can from further back, you're probably going to do well off with the PSR because it requires so little adjustment for the bullet drop. But if you're going to be more mobile, then that slow rate of reload is really going to hurt you. And so you're going to need to have something with a faster reload, maybe even the SV98, but most likely the Mini Scout. Let's be fair. If you're not using PSR for a flat trajectory and being far out, then you're probably going to be closer to the point with the Mini Scout, closer to the objective with the Mini Scout. If you're a bit of a rarity, someone who wants to do both, you might benefit from using the 2010 ESR like I do, but again, that's entirely up to you. You're probably going to want to stick with the Mini Scout because the amount of times that you engage past 300 meters in this game is so minimum, so rare, right? It's going to hardly ever happen. But I want it to be able to be hitting easily when it does happen. So even though it's 100 meters a second slower on the bullet velocity, the 2010 ESR is going to be my go-to, just because when I'm kicking around the point, it's nice and quick for fast ADS. It has a fast bullet velocity, but it also means that I'm going to be able to kick out past 500 meters, not so hard. Yeah. I clearly got more experience with it because I can hit those 600-meter headshots pretty quick. I hope you enjoyed it. I love playing these video games. I love getting into discussions with people, and I don't want to be subjectively liking something because it's working for me. And so that's why I went ahead and did this. I'm going to do some more tips and tricks. I am in no way a professional YouTuber, as you can tell, but I do love playing Battlefield games and sniping. So have a good one. Peace.